Hi! So, this week's vlog I'm going to be unboxing and giving like my thoughts and impressions of a lens mount adapter that I got to put my old film camera lenses on this camera. But I've got kind of a funny story to share with you guys after the title sequence.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow.
FedEx is here, finally. How you doing? Good. Thank you. Yep, have a good day. You too. Here it is. Alright, let's unbox this thing. So, quick funny story to tell you guys before I unbox this. So, I ordered this a week ago. And I ordered it with like fast shipping and everything, thinking, oh, it's gonna be here like early this week and I'd have all this extra time to play around with it and do more of a full review instead of just first impressions. But FedEx didn't think that was a priority. And it took them forever to get it here. So now it's Friday. I have today and like a few hours tomorrow to finish this video. Yeah, let's hope I can get it done. So, here's the package. And here's the box for the adapter itself. It's pretty small. Alright. Here's the adapter. And that's it. Here it is, just the adapter itself. Nothing else in the box. No accessories, no caps of any kind, just an adapter. Alright, I'm gonna turn the camera off and play around with it for a while. Also, this lens has no image stabilization, and my camera has no like in-body stabilization. So some of the shots I take at when it's like super zoomed in like it is right now, are gonna be super shaky. Alright, so I'm shooting this with one of the lenses I have. It's a 28 to 70 millimeter f3.5, and this is all the way zoomed out. It is definitely not a vlogging lens. It's fun though, so I can do this. Of course, this is a very uncomfortable shot for a vlog. You're staring up my nostrils. And also, since it's manual focus and manual aperture, I have to keep adjusting it. Okay, I'm gonna stop vlogging with this lens now. This is the other lens I've got for this system right now. It's a 50mm f1.7, and again, I don't have it pointed at my face this time because I don't think you guys want to see my nostrils again. But it's quite a nice lens. It's an f1.7, which means you can get really nice shallow depth of field all the way wide open. Of course, it's so bright and sunny out that I have to keep it stopped down quite a bit. Look how shallow the depth of field is. See how only a little bit of the board is in focus at any given time? Yeah, that's called shallow depth of field, and allows you to get really cool shots like this, where only the tip of the water bottle cap is even in focus. Or like this, where the bench is in focus, and there's something blurry and out of focus, like in the frame, providing a cool foreground element. I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing with this. Alright, so I've had some time to play around with it, and I think all the footage you just saw between the unboxing and now has been taken on one of the two lenses I have for this camera. So, well, this adapter, rather. So, yeah. And I'll put a couple pictures up now. One of them, this one, was taken on the 28 to 70 millimeter lens, which has a cool like macro feature. After you go to 70, if you go past 70 on the zoom ring, it becomes a macro lens, so you can take really close-up pictures of really small things. So that's what I took this one with. And then I took a couple other ones. Here's another one. And yeah, of course I took a little video too. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with this because I needed to get this done, but yeah, I'm excited to keep playing around with it more. It'll be fun. So before we go any further, I'm gonna explain a little bit about lens adapters, lens mount adapters, and what they are and why they work. So if you don't know, lenses are attached to interchangeable lens cameras with a lens mount, which is this thing. It's how the lens connects to the camera body and stays there. Now, different companies use different lens mounts that are like different shaped and have different like tabs on them and stuff and do different things. And so to connect one kind of lens to a different kind of camera that it wasn't designed to connect to, you need an adapter. Now, some lenses you cannot adapt onto certain kinds of cameras. This is because of something called flange focal distance. It's the distance between the back of the lens and the sensor or film. Now, SLR cameras, single lens reflex cameras, have a larger, longer flange focal distance because they have a mirror and a prism and they need to make space for all of that. So the distance between the back of the lens and the film or sensor is a lot farther. Mirrorless cameras, like the one I'm shooting this on right now, have a very short flange focal distance because they don't need to have a mirror or a prism, so the sensor is like right there next to the back of the lens. So you can adapt basically any SLR lens onto any mirrorless body because the lens mount adapter, in addition to just changing the lens mounts, all it has to do additionally is just provide space, provide distance to make up for the larger flange focal distance that the SLR lenses will need when you put them on a mirrorless body. Now, you can't really do it the other way around because you can't use an adapter to make the flange focal distance shorter. Right? You can't use an adapter to mount a lens closer to the sensor than the lens mount is on the camera. That's just not possible. So you can't put mirrorless lenses onto SLR cameras, but you can do it the other way around. Now, I've enjoyed this adapter rather, but there are a couple things that aren't really so much the adapter's fault as the camera's fault. Like, there are certain things that I can't do with this camera when I have the adapter on because this camera requires electrical contacts with the lens to do certain things, and since this is a manual lens and a non-electrical, non-powered adapter, you can't do that. One thought I had, and I don't know if this product exists, a really cool idea for a lens adapter for this camera would be this camera. This is the film camera that I had the lenses for originally, was one of the first, if not the first, film camera to have auto exposure, which means that the camera itself, if you put it into auto mode, can select the aperture and shutter speed, which was not a thing that cameras could do before then. And the way it did this with aperture, because if you notice this little clicky ring I sometimes fidget with, that's the aperture ring. It controls the aperture of the lens manually. Now the way that they used, the way that it was able to automatically control the aperture on a manual aperture lens was that it had the lens mount had this thing built into it where if you turned the aperture all the way closed, it would like latch onto something, and then it would tell the camera brain that it could then control the aperture. Now, modern lenses have electrical contacts on the lens mount and then little motors internally for focus and aperture. I think it would be cool if somebody could design a lens mount adapter for this specific system that would allow digital cameras to control the aperture the same way that this old film camera did. Like put electrical contacts on the adapter and like a little motor or whatever in the adapter to control the aperture. I think that would be pretty cool. If anybody out there knows that such a thing exists, please leave a comment, let me know, because I'd love to play with that. If not, I should maybe try to see if some company like this one, the company that made this adapter, would be interested in trying to make something like that. But all in all, I've enjoyed playing with the adapter, I've enjoyed playing with these lenses, and I'll probably enjoy it for quite a while, and I might actually buy some more lenses that'll fit this adapter, just because they're probably a lot cheaper than buying modern lenses right now. Yeah, alright, I think that's going to be the video. Sorry if this was a little rambly, I didn't get a chance to like sit down and write out what I was going to say because I'm working so quickly. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys liked it. Be sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Yeah, I think that's everything. See you next week.